DJ Metal Craig of Craig's Millstorm here, and I have one of the members of Gates to Hell with me today. Hey, how's it going? Would you like to introduce yourself and what position you do in the band?
Hey, what's up, man? I'm Dustin, and I play bass guitar in Gates to Hell.
Cool. I'd like to thank Kristen from Nuclear Blast Records for setting us up with this interview today. I'd like to also thank you, Dustin, for your time here at Craig's Metal Storm today.
Awesome. Happy to be here, man.
Please go back in the history of Gates to Hell and summarize briefly how the band all got started.
The band started, it was just a bedroom demo from our guitar player, Seth. They wrote it in, I think, 2018, and they came to Ryan and a few other people with the demo just completely written, and everyone was just kind of blown away at how good it was for a bedroom demo. So they got some people together to form a band, and they played I want to say they played a few shows before the pandemic, 2019. I joined in 2020, like the week before the pandemic hit. Uh, and then we kind of laid low during the pandemic, as bands had to do. And then once things started opening up again, we just kind of hit the ground running, touring. I think it was late 2021 or early 2022. We just started booking our own tours and just getting out there as much as possible and trying to just have a good time touring. And that led us to eventually linking up with people like Scott Lee, our manager, and Nuclear Blast Records. Uh, so yeah, now we're gearing up to release our first record on Nuclear Blast, and we are super excited.
Right on. Who came up with the band name Gates to Hell?
It was Seth. It's a obituary song.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Who designed the Gates to Hell band logo?
that is Seth's partner. Actually, their name is M Step. They crushed it. We've been using it since day one.
Just so you know, the band logo is actually sick and awesome. I really dug it.
Hell yeah, thank you.
What are the band's immediate music career goals?
Uh, we really just want to write good music and keep putting out good records like over and over and tour as much as possible with bands that we like and friends bands.
Okay. Who designed the Gates to Hell art for Death Comes to All?
The artwork was done by Wormwalk on Instagram. He's done a bunch of Maggot Stomp releases recently, and like he just does a bunch of fucking awesome art. He was awesome to work with.
With the Gates to Hell album Death Comes to All coming out on March 21st, 2025, where can the album be pre-ordered or purchased?
You can purchase from nuclearblast.com, I believe.
Okay, right on. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Just so you know, I actually checked out the one of the singles that you guys had out.
Yeah.
It's absolutely sick and awesome.
Hell yeah, thank you, man. We're real proud of this new batch of songs. I'm cannot wait for this shit to be out.
Who is in the current Gates to Hell band lineup and what instruments do they play?
So we got Ryan on vocals, we got Seth on guitar, we got Eli on guitar, we have Trey on drums, and I play the bass.
Cool. And if you guys are cool with it, can I get you talking about the music concepts behind the song Fused to the Soil?
Um, Trying to think, I didn't have a hand in writing that one. I believe the lyrics are about. I'm trying to remember. I'm sorry. Eli wrote that one, I believe. I think it's about someone finding someone and killing them over and over across many lifetimes.
Okay. This next one's a real good one. Please give some
Yeah.
bass tip or advice for starting out bassists.
Ooh, I would just say practice, 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 practice. Get your fingers calloused, get your muscle memory going as much as you can.
This one might get you on a bit of a rant. I ask all the bands because I feel it's a really good one. What
Yeah.
advice do you have for people who want to form their own bands?
Again, I would just say you got to do it. Like You got to hit the ground running. Like if you if you have it in you, if you have the art in you, you just have to get it out, you know. So it's easy to just want to express yourself, and like 90% of it at first is showing. Like you'll practice, you'll get better at your instrument, you'll get better at writing lyrics, you'll get better at networking, connecting, booking shows, but like you just got to do it. And like start off, you might be bad, it might suck for a minute, but you just keep doing it, and if you love it and your passion comes through, I feel like you'll get to where you want to go.
What social media outlets can the band be reached on?
We have Instagram is what we're active on. I believe we have a Twitter and a TikTok, but I don't think we're as active on those. But I believe Nuclear Blast has everything, and they're pretty active.
Okay, I'll get a following on Instagram with you guys a little later after this interview tonight.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it's Gates to Hell 502 on Instagram.
All right, thanks for the information, buddy.
Yeah, of course.
Who came up with the title to the album Gates to Hell?
The record Gates to Hell.
Yeah, the album, the title for the album of your album that's coming out.
The album that's coming out, Death Comes to All.
Yeah, sorry, got the name confused wrong.
Yeah, it's all good. Ryan came up with that one. One of the songs, that's a lyric from one of the songs, and we all, for some reason, just that stuck with us. We thought it sounded awesome. It's something that, you know, rings true to everybody. It's it's easy to work with.
Do you guys have any upcoming shows? If so, would you like to talk about them?
Yeah, next week we're doing our record release in Louisville, Kentucky, which we are super excited about. We got Internal Bleeding, Orthodox, Gordon Brace, Gargoyle. We are. I'm so excited about the lineup. And then from then on, we have a tour in May with the Acacia Strain, Frozen Soul, Snuffed on Sight, and Maul. And that we're looking forward to that tour so much. We've already toured with Acacia Strain and Frozen Soul before, and we love Snuffed on Sight and Maul. So like I feel like it's just going to be such a good death metal crazy ass tour.
Well, when you get on the road with them, I'll say hello to the front man of them, Garrett, I think it is.
What's up?
Yeah, Tom Middle Craig says hello if you can, please. And the next one's a really good one. If you had a Band Gear endorsement you could choose for Band Gear, if you aren't endorsed by a Band Gear endorsement already, which one would it be?
Ooh, I would have to say orange for amps and amplifiers and cabs. I've always just loved orange, the way it sounds, the way it looks. Ever since I started listening to Sleep in high school, I immediately just fell in love with that.
What do you think a band could do to better promote themselves?
Um, the best thing you can always do is be going to local shows and talking to people there, making friends with people there, just being an active part of your scene and your community. And people definitely recognize when you show up every time and you're cool to hang out with, like people see you, people remember you.
Right on. And that leads us with the last question of the interview, and then I'll need the station IDs from you.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said that leaves us with the last question of the interview, and I'll need the station IDs from you, as in two station IDs for the station I work at.
Oh yeah, I can do that.
What new band news do you have on the Gates of Hell front? As in anything we might have missed in this interview?
Um, I don't believe so. We have a couple more tours later this year. None have been announced yet, so keep your eye out for those. And then the record drops March 21st.
March 21st, cool. That record, I'm looking forward to getting when I can get a hold of it for the interview and the radio gig and everything, because I've heard the singles you've done so far, and they're absolutely sick and awesome. Thank you
Hell
very
yeah.
much for your time. And that leaves us with the station IDs. The first one is, hey, this is Dustin of Gates to Hell, and you're listening to Mangled Music Radio.
Yeah. Mangled Music Radio.
Yep,
All right, you ready?
ready when you are.
Hey, this is Dustin from Gates to Hell. You're listening to Mangled Music Radio.
And then that was with the station ID for Craig's Metal Storm, which is the same as the one you just did.
Craig's Metal Storm.
Yep, ready when you are.
Cool. Hey, this is Dustin from Gates to Hell. I'm sorry, what was the rest of it? Craig's Metal Storm.
Craig's Metal Storm.
Just you're watching Craig's Metal
Craig's.
Storm.
This is Dustin of Gates to Hell. You're listening to Craig's Metal Storm.
You're listening. Cool, got you. This is Dustin of Gates to Hell. You're listening to Craig's Metal Storm.
Cool. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much
Cool.
for the interview tonight. And thanks
Thank
to
you, Craig.
Chris and Nuclear Blast for setting this all up. I'll hopefully see you guys if you ever get up to Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada for a show.
Oh hell yeah, yeah. We've been twice now. We definitely want to come back.
Okay. Have yourself a good rest of your night, buddy.
You
Bye.
too, man. Nice to meet you.